poverty status report of 2021 was released yesterday by the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. And amongst the key findings is that Ugandans are slowly moving out of poverty, according to the key findings from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. But better yet, Nssf is still the talk in town. And as we're heading into Nssf, that means we shall be talking investment. But before we actually talk more about investment, how about if you can start your investment journey today? Yourself, you can get your phone today now, use the USSD code *292# and invest in government bonds and other securities available. *292# is the USSD code that you can use with Zabo, a platform by Altex East Africa. And it's definitely there to make it possible for you. It's a no hassle, it's simple, effective, and quite affordable, with the mere fact that the minimum amount of investment in 2 government bonds is 15,000 Ugandan shillings. All you need to do is take up that particular space. The markets on the platform open at 8:15 a.m. and their closing time is 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. They are only fully closed during the weekends and on public holidays. Zabo, My Money, My Future, Altex East Africa, do something new. Well, why don't you do something new today? Think about what you should be doing again, and then see how you will center yourself into Uganda's investment space, capital markets, investment, securities, and all that. Zabo, My Money, My Future, Altex East Africa, do something new. Well, I did mention that the talk in town currently is about Nssf, and before the break, I did mention that we shall be looking at our weekly topics roundup here on Smart Things Business. And joining me, I have Hanifa and Andrew Baridi. Samuel Hanifa, a reporter who's basically giving us a lot of more details when it comes to the parliamentary reports and then the committees, and digging deeper in understanding most of these particular things. And then Baridi Andrew, the main man who's always here to give us more details and driving business together on your daily Kickstarter. Very good morning to you all today.
Yeah, good morning, Jerome.
Morning, Jerome. Okay, and as we now dig deeper in the National Social Security Fund, I first of all want to ask, are both of you saving with the fund?
Yeah, I'm saving.
You're saving with the fund, you're sure the money is saved?
That I'm not sure of, because I used to receive messages some years back, but now I don't receive messages.
You don't receive messages.
Yeah.
Anyway, for anyone to actually have, you're supposed to at least have an Nssf account and also get your TIN as well. Remember, you can even invest or save voluntarily. So the issue to do with Nssf brings us to this particular discussion here. Hanifa, when you to take us back through last at the start of the week, of course, the Nssf board is actually appearing before the select committee in Parliament. What are some of the discussions that you are having? What are some of the discussions and what are some of the findings that the viewers should know so far?
The viewers should know that yesterday, all the witnesses that appeared before the committee yesterday, okay, it was their last day of appearance. So whatever they gave, it is up to the committee now to assess what is right, what right has been given to them for them to make a report. Okay. But then I don't know if they were given enough time actually to exhaust the findings. Okay. Because when we look at this these investigations, every day they just take a different twist. Someone comes today, a witness comes today and says something, and then tomorrow the person says something different.
Okay.
So that's why the people who are previously put on oath are again put back on oath. That is already committing perjury, which is liable to prison time of up to 3 to 2 years in prison. So I don't know. I don't know. It is up to the committee now. To them, they think they have exhausted enough with the inquiries they need from these people.
Okay.
That every day when these sittings happen, we discover something new, management, they don't respect the law at all. It is something that is interesting that everyone needs to know about.
Let's get back a little bit to the issue to do with the 1.8 billion. There's a 1.8 billion now in talk. And of course, the managing director, Richard Biarugaba, I don't know why I've been calling him Stephen today, but Richard Biarugaba has actually been saying that he was put under pressure to release this particular fund, where the 250 million shillings went to the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development. Then 250 went to Mr. Peter Chimbo, who's the chairman board. Then these 500 million shillings that apparently went to some of the other board members, and then there is a certain amount that went to the National Organization of Trade Unions, NOTU, and then the other went to COFT. When you look at all these particular, how do we come here, or what brought us to this 1.8 billion shillings?
Yeah, it goes back to who approved this money in the first place.
Okay.
Because if a witness comes and denies that I was not part of that process, but they got the money. Yesterday, a member of NOTU clearly said that it is the former MD who approved this money.
Okay.
Because the former MD was not in presence yesterday. It was only the board members who are in presence. And then they asked the lady who is in charge of the corporate. She's the one who releases this money actually. And then yesterday but one, she appeared with the management.
Okay.
Even with Richard Biarugaba in presence. But she told the committee that I was put on pressure by the board to actually release this money. Yes, we found issues with this money, but then this money, I was put under pressure. And then yesterday the committee asks the same person that tell us the board is here. Were you put under political pressure or any pressure to release this money? And then she's like, now there were issues. She does not come out. Like I said, every day people keep. Today they say this, and then tomorrow when the people they are implicating are present, they shy away. They probably fear to expose them. So it is up to the committee to find out the truth about this entire thing and the money. But there's a lot of money that is being released under circumstances that are not known. It is not within the law that Nssf fund lends money to private companies, to these NOTU and whatever, those trade unions. The fund is not supposed to release money that is not accounted for to be used by these other trade unions and these other companies. So what is happening is really big, and the committee, I don't know, Parliament, we await the report that is going to come up. That's why everyone is waiting to see if at least this time, when the report is made, government acts on those reports that are made, because they see every day money. Savers' money is being lent out, is being given people to just eat. Free money, our money.
And for the viewers out there who will be questioning that the amount in question here that we are actually mentioning about also is 1.8 billion shillings, which was budgeted for corporate social responsibility in the next financial year. Though, on the other hand, it's something that you should be able to understand from the perspective of the Nssf funds. Like Anif has actually said, that it's not something that you should know that Nssf is not supposed to lend out money. But it also takes us back to the 6 billion shillings that was put in place by Nssf at the end of the day. But also, as we're summing up with the Nssf issue here, besides Hanifa, because Hanifa has been actually covering all the details regarding the committee and of course the presentations by the board and what the committee has come up with the Nssf management. As we're summing this up, I would actually come in with Bariti Andrew this time round, who I don't think has serving with Nssf, but he can give you an advice over this particular issue. Andrew, I don't know, there are Ugandans who are skeptical about saving with Nssf. There are those who are abroad and think it should not, they no longer want to save with the fund anymore because they believe it's not safe at all. With the kind of crisis in the country, economically and politically, do you think it's still a viable cause, in your opinion?
Actually, in my opinion, it's not just about, it's not only Nssf. If I look at the entire financial sector in Uganda, there are quite lots of irregularities when it comes to monetary policies implemented to run this whole process. So I really think, I don't even believe in serving with Nssf. There are probably better ways you can actually secure your money, and you will be assured that it's going to be safe with you. And there are quite so other ways. I can invest money in bonds, in securities.
Okay.
And I know that it's making, and I'm making profits, and I know I'm going to, the company is accountable to me, depending on how much I save with the company. It's these irregularities have always been there. The whole system is really hard to trust, and regardless of what we speak, it's quite, there is an upper hand that we don't see, an invisible hand that we don't see that influences such events. Not until probably get rid of that invisible hand, that's when we shall be able to have these regulations being put in order, and there will be some proper alignment in that line.
All right, and Andrew will definitely stick with you though for the moment now, as a new report by the government of Uganda revealed that the poverty levels in the country dropped by from 21.4% in 2017 to 20.3% in 2020. Now this clearly shows that most of the Ugandans are at least getting into what you could call, at least they are now above the poverty line. And I don't know, the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development was releasing the poverty status report of 2021, and they were actually saying that, well, by the look of things, there are hopes that Ugandans will now be heading into at least the middle income status. I don't know, what is the way forward, and are we so honest with this particular finding?
Well, Joram, I believe most whatever is into that report is inflated. Okay, because Joram, we, it's like, let me give an example. I don't know that it's relevant. It's like you saying that United States of America by just watching a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And so going on ground. I love exactly. The fact that Hanifa is actually agreeing with you on this one.
Yeah, I do agree with him because there's a time I interviewed a doctor on statistics, and he told me, do not just believe statistics that are given to you.
Exactly.
First of all, ask yourself, how do they come to those? How do they get those findings?
Okay.
How do they come to? There's a time I interviewed someone from finance about statistics. I won't mention the name, and he told me these are wrong things. But I'm not going to give you an interview on it. I don't know who did this, but these are wrong things. So I'm also skeptical with statistics. When I see statistics, I need to find out how they come up to getting that particular statistic.
Andrew, your take on that?
Very true, because if you reach on ground and find out what really happens, that's when you get to understand that if you say that you know Uganda by just Google searching, definitely you will see what you want to see. There is what they want you to see about a nation, but what is in the what is in the background is actually the actuality. Joram, you stay in your home area, you see how people live. I mean, over the weekend you travel and you hear people's conversations, and sometimes they're really hot, and you're like, really, and yet when you come to get into the mainstream, and the challenge is that majority of Ugandans have not yet, maybe we're trying to get awakened regarding to the mainstream information that we obtain. The real information is really on ground, and surprisingly it's never out there. You know, and very few media houses really get time to put out what's actually happening on the ground.
And you've actually made me remember 2 hours ago, the social media handler of Smart24 chose a picture on Twitter. It's quite ironical because on the Twitter handle of Smart24 TV, you'll find a picture of a slum representing a new report by government revealing that the poverty levels have dropped. But the picture they chose to put up there clearly shows that it seems the Ministry of Finance did not go on ground really to understand fully.
Because Joram, one of the aspects which really guarantee a country's economic growth and development, and you know, a favorable livelihood for the individuals. When you look at the healthcare system, you know, lately the hospital which we thought was for the government, if you don't have money, people are dying just right there. People are neglected just right there, and we don't. And sometimes we're thinking, were we sold as natives of this country?
Okay. Oh well, it's becoming really personal with my two people out here. But tell you what I've come to realize is that we should not take the statistics as they are.
It's
but we should at least try to.
Entirely inflated.
We should be knowing every little detail as it happens on ground.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Now, Hanifa, as we're actually summing up and heading into the weekend, what are the last few remarks you can leave to the viewers, and also which report are you working on to look up for in business today?
I'm still following up Nssf, our viewers. I want to know now that the investigations are concluded, with the witnesses coming, and it is now up to the committee, the select committee's report. My story is, my thinking is, my opinion is, will government act on this report once it comes out? Because so many reports are read in Parliament and they are not acted on. The recommendations are given, but they are not acted on. The same people that are implicated, they are removed from this ministry and then put in another ministry. These are the corrupt people. These are the people who take away people's money, but they are still in government. They are still running business in government. So that is something that I'm calling up government. Please, when this report comes and these people are all implicated, remove these people from the system. Because these are the same people who go to another ministry and then do something they have done in this other.
And off to Berita. Andrew, what should the viewers expect in Smart Tech tonight, and what are your final remarks as we're heading into the weekend?
Well, of course, the final remarks as we head to the weekend is to ensure for the business person right there. I always say this, what has not really gone right, but make sure that at least you make it much more better the coming week. Already do a personal assessment, you know, despite the fact that, you know, you have to really live up. Of course, it's weekend and fun, you know, you go have fun, go watch a movie, but don't forget that aspect. Then on Smart Tech tonight, of course, we're going to be looking at trends, what's really happening, the current trends. We shall be looking at technologies when it comes to exploitation of mineral resources, looking at clean energy. And of course, we shall be anticipating on the gadgets which are really upcoming. And this time around, of course, we shall be getting to investigate the microphones, you know, how they really are for those of you that are content creators out there, what are the best mics will take. And also there is we shall be looking at the iPod, rather the iPhone multi-charger. Something which you can charge your iPhone on it, you can charge your iPad on it, you can charge your iPod on it, and quite so much more on Smart Tech tonight.
Alright, Smart Tech 8 p.m. Friday, 7 p.m. Farm Smart. Tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. The Point. The Point will be coming up on Sunday at 8. That is at 9 p.m. So you should be able to look up forward to most of those here on Smart24 TV. Coming up right now is Financial Markets with Anthony Sebali at 10 a.m. But also do remember the Business Edition every Sunday at 8 p.m. With Pennison Mombere giving you a review of the top stories from business today. And tonight, lots of business stories to look out for at 9 p.m. Many thanks for joining us this entire week of Smart Means Business. Till next week, have a wonderful weekend ahead of you, and may God bless you as you make that money. It's a Friday. Good morning.